Reggie got me up 100,000 for the weekend. I gotta move the paper.
Welcome to the Narrowboat experience in lockdown.
It's day 793 of lockdown in the UK, or so it feels.
I think we've only got a couple of weeks left before we move for good, so we could actually get into the zero numbers where you go, it's -3. This is episode -3, and then -2, and then 1, and then...
Wait, that's going back in time.
Yeah, but it to 0 to be the countdown.
Can't be minus 3 days of lockdown.
We've been thinking...
3 days left of lockdown.
We've been thinking to ourselves how lucky we are to have bought Lazy Days a year ago, and celebrating that wonderfulness that is this narrowboat. And in particular, we've been thinking what it must be like for people selling houses at the moment, or even if you're trying to purchase a boat during lockdown, what's that actually like for you?
So we thought we would catch up with our friend Paul, who is doing just that.
Yes.
And then, after we've said goodbye to him, we're going to take you on an impromptu lockdown through the hedge. So you make sure you stick around for that.
Through the letterbox. Hello there, Paul.
Hi.
Welcome to the vlog.
Yes, welcome to the vlog. Thank you for taking some time to spend some time with us today. We've never
was
met,
nice,
so we're not old friends, are we?
No, it's the first time we've met, although we've watched your journey right from the beginning. It's the first time we've actually met via this.
I thought we would have a lovely little chat, and one of the reasons I wanted to chat with you is because you are in the middle of getting a boat built.
That's correct, yes.
And we have lockdown, and we have a global pandemic, and you're selling a house and buying a house and all this kind of crazy stuff. And I know Dexter's been unwell, and then your job has stopped, and your boyfriend is still working for the NHS. So, I mean, that's crazy. We wanted to catch up with you. That's like a long
You're
list.
making me feel much worse now.
And that's our job done then.
Well, yeah, regards the boat, they were working on the boat, sort of the interior of the boat before lockdown. We sold the house 3 weeks before lockdown, which is probably, some people could say good timing. We think it's good timing.
I think it's good, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely think it was good timing, but everything's on hold now. So we're being kept in the loop from the boat builders, but it's caused some complications because, you know, the people have bought our house. They want to move into our house in about 5 weeks. And we've got a house to move into, but at this rate, we think the boat will actually be ready before the house.
Oh, wow. You have a little bit of extra time because you're not working, which is good that you can pack up the house, but it also is really bad because you're not working.
From day one of lockdown, the phone was ringing and people were emailing to cancel bookings, but I was lucky that I got the payment from the government last night. Right. So, you know, they were paying 80% of my net earnings over an average of 3 years. That's been really cool.
The thing that some people might not know about you as well is that you are a magician.
Yes.
Which I just think is awesome because I don't have enough magicians in my life.
Okay.
Do you have, like, what kind of magic do you do? How can, you know, are we going to see some of that on the channel?
Yeah. I started out performing close-up magic and illusions at holiday parks, but really I enjoyed doing children's shows.
Do you have a magic trick you can show us?
I'm going to go through this routine as if I'm performing it for a children or a family show. So when I was little, I broke the laces in my trainers and my mum sent me down to the shops to get some new ones, but I went into the wrong shop. It was a shop next door and I didn't realise it was a magic shop. The man in the magic shop sold me this. Now I thought it was a really long piece of rope, but it was actually a magic piece of rope. And when I got home, I thought, that's miles too long, isn't it, for a shoelace? So I know what I'll do. I'll borrow my mum's scissors and I'll cut the rope in half. Don't try this at home with your mum's scissors. Cut the rope in half, and I had what looked like a pair of shoelaces. It's not quite in the middle, but that's okay. Well, it was school the next day, so I thought, what can I do? I know, I'll tie the ropes together and I roll the ropes into a nice tight ball like this. And I put the ropes into my drawer, and then I went to sleep. Now, the next day, I took the ropes out of the drawer, but I didn't know it was a magic piece of rope. And the rope had joined itself together again. Now, when I was little, I went to tie the laces, but I got the end stuck through the loops. And you know what happens when you get the end stuck through the loops? You get a knot. So I just took the knot, and I threw the knot away. That is the magic pair of shoelaces.
That's so cool.
Thank you. I'm glad I remembered it.
That was awesome. Yeah. The other thing people might not know about you is that you're an artist. I really enjoy drawing and painting with other people. So in one of our last videos, we had some ducklings on a log, and I messaged you and said, are you up for a bit of kind of collaborating, drawing, painting wise? And you said, yes, sure, which was awesome. And then you were going to draw these ducklings and I was going to paint them. And then we're going to show each other kind of live-ish and see what the difference or the comparisons were. Are you ready?
Okay. Oh, wow. I love it. I love the colours.
Thanks.
Well, can I just say,
Yes.
we watched your blog where you put the pictures of the ducklings on, and I thought that'd make a nice subject. And then you messaged, and I thought, this will be a doddle.
I know.
I was so wrong.
I'm exactly the same, didn't I? I was like, that's going to be so easy. I'm going to do like a couple of brush strokes and it's all over.
Yeah.
And it was
I
way
thought
harder.
it'd be really easy. 5 ducklings, but yeah, this is mine. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
I'm really
so
impressed.
awesome.
I'm pleased with the colours of the water. I did change it about 5 times.
That's really good. I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
his wins.
Oh!
Oh, thank you. Can I give you a virtual hug, Kat?
Can I have a look again? That's just so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so gorgeous.
Thanks. Well, I mean, the nice thing about pastel pencils, I know it's really difficult with watercolour. If I make a mistake, I just go over it again with pencil.
I know. There's the tricky thing about staining paper. I luckily don't make many mistakes, Paul. So
All right.
it's fine.
So modern.
So not true. It's not true at all. We want to thank you so much for catching up with us today, Paul, and
Oh, it's my pleasure. I've really enjoyed chatting to you both.
thanks for sharing everything with everybody. And also, if you do want to check out Paul's journey onto the narrowboat and you want to see what happens after lockdown and also during lockdown with the boat build and all that kind of thing, and also maybe see some more magic and Dexter and maybe some drawing, then we'll put the links in the description below. So we'll let you go and have your cup of tea.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye.
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 That's what I did. We're just heading off to our local post office. We've got some orders to post. We thought we'd take you guys with us.
And then we'll take you for a little jaunt around the local park that we found.
Yeah, the park's really lovely and we're allowed to sit at the park now, so we thought we would take you there and show you the park and have a little sit down.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the bottom one? That's a lot of gel. So this is just a little park island that we walk through after
Not a park.
No, but what would you call it? It's like a...
Patch of grass in between the houses.
Yeah, it's really lovely. It's got these really pretty footpaths. We're going to take you to the big park though. I just wanted to show you this bit because it's really pretty. It just heading for that shady chair, right?
Yeah. It's like a Through the Hedge, but with sits. We've been coming to this park for a few weeks and we like it here because the paths are nice and wide and the space is so vast and it's really easy to socially distance.
Yes. And every time we come here, we've usually been to the post office or going to Tesco, and we haven't been able to stop. And there's all these really strategically placed benches. So the other day, when the lockdown eased a little bit, we were able to sit on a bench.
It's novel.
And we're back to where we started. Hopefully you can see how narrow the towpath is right next to the boat. It's definitely not 2 meters wide.
No, it's quite hard to social distance on the towpath, which is why when we go out for other exercise, we like to go to big spaces.
Yes, like that lovely park we took you to. We stopped off at Tesco and we got a little bit of provisions, and we are going to go home and have a cup of tea, have a bit of a sit down.
Yeah, we quite enjoyed taking you along with us today. If you are missing our Through the Hedge episodes, then why don't you rewatch the ones that we've already made? We'll link a playlist in the description below of all of the Through the Hedges.
Yes. Today's episode is dedicated to Marley, who owns James, and to all the other dogs and cats and birds and snakes and donkeys of Instagram I think I'm doing today. So if you do want to have a dedication of your pet, don't forget to message me on Facebook or Instagram.
Or you can email them over.
Yes.
The link's on our channel page.
We really enjoyed looking at them. Thanks. Hope you're staying well, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Your friends are here.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon.